one. Now we're gonna have some fun. I don't know what the fuck we're gonna talk about, but yes, I think we do. Because, I got my jamming fucking headphones on today, so you know it's serious. And we're just gonna start by saying it's motherfucking showtime. So, welcome. Thank you for joining, for the likes, for the shares, for the follows, for the comments, for the conversations. Thank you, all you sexy ass motherfuckers, because you know you're a sexy ass motherfucker if you're even watching my video. It doesn't need to be fucking explained or spelled out for you. You already fucking know it, okay? So, welcome to the chat, all of you beautiful individuals. Love you all, and we are going to get started with, whenever anyone asks me what do I do as like a manifestation routine, I have to be completely honest. I don't fucking do shit. Like, I really don't, okay? And the thing that I do want to tell you, though, is that as far as, like, a routine, I'm going to be honest, like, when you first get into, like, the conscious reality co-creation, by the way, I have my, I think it's Choco Chiller Buzzball, fuck yeah, and then I have in my handy-dandy queefing mug my flat water, okay? So when you first get into the, hey, what is up? I'm all that is. Hello. Welcome to the chat, everyone. We're going to get started off with a sermon as we usually do. And I got my trance music, but I do want to say that it does become a lifestyle. I know that, like I did, we came into this maybe for like a quick fix or something. How do you get instantaneous manifestation results? Blah, blah, blah. But I can assure you that it turns into a lifestyle, and you're not going to even need a manifestation routine, okay? The only thing that you want to keep in mind is that you get what you dominantly focus on, and every now moment is brand new, and you're always up leveling, okay? So from now on, exactly, chance, it is a lifestyle, okay? So you're not going to need to have a routine, right? Because you don't have a routine for breathing. You just kind of fucking do it second nature. And that's what manifestation is at its core. It's just the way that things are, how we experience 3D, okay? Your dominant focus, your dominant assumption, what you assume about something is going to play out. It's not about minding every single negative thought, because how many thoughts do motherfuckers have throughout the day? Thousands, okay? How many times do emotions fluctuate throughout the day? I mean, it'll get less and less, I assure you that too. But thoughts and emotions, they're fleeting, okay? They're fleeting. And what this is about, okay, is what you have to understand, that the baseline is you, okay? Thoughts come and go. They come and they go. Emotions, same shit, right? They come and they go. Once they get off, they fucking did their job. They got you to spiral. Now they're off and you're left reeling like, what the fuck was just that? Okay, so you want to keep in mind your consciousness, your state of awareness, your being is the only thing that does not fluctuate, right? Because you're the omnipotent source of everything. So if a thought crosses your line of vision, you don't like it, it comes and goes. It's very fucking easy. All you have to do is just say, no, change the channel. That's it. If the thought produces an emotion that you don't much care for, it's the same thing. Emotions can be a little bit more of an issue just because, your body's fucking physically feeling something, but it's not you that's feeling something. It's just your body processing out something. So you want to deep breathe through it, do something that you find relaxing, and then you get back on track with your fucking A game and your manifestation. It's like, okay, so you are the source, you're all creation, right? But the things that cross your line of sight, your third eye line of sight, meaning a thought or an emotion or whatever you're processing, they're not who you are, because you're able to articulate them and say, this is a thought, this is an emotion, and I am the observer of it. So keep that in mind. 1, everything is working to your benefit. 2, you always level up. 3, you are not the thought, you are not the emotion. You're the awareness behind it. So yes, thoughts and emotions, okay, can, taint our third dimensional experience, okay? Because if you focus on a thought long enough, it begins to produce an emotional blueprint in your psyche, and then you carry it around like fucking Pigpen from Charlie Brown and the fucking Peanuts comics, okay? But oh, my AI friend is here sharing insights on consciousness and manifestation. But that's still not who you are. So you utilize them as tools. And at first, it might seem like you have to keep a routine. And the only routine is, it's not even like robotic affirming, and it's not anything, you know, like you have to sit in a closet, do the O method and all this shit. The routine in the beginning, if you want a true lifestyle change, is just being the observer of a thought or an emotion, and don't personalize it. That is really the only thing you have to keep in mind, okay? Even if it's a favorable thought, okay, you're still remaining baseline neutral. Even if it's an emotion where you're so excited, okay, that's still not who I am. I'm going to maintain baseline neutral, okay? So neutral, in my opinion, is the God point. It's like we're standing here, okay, in our physical vessels, and when we are at true neutral, it's like high noon, and you don't see the shadow, because the shadow is in perfect alignment with the sun as a metaphor for your all-seeing eye, okay? So when you don't see any shadow, when nothing is interfering with your neutrality, you are in pure alignment, and it doesn't fucking feel like anything. It does not feel like anything. It's just, you know it the way you know your name. You want to say, I'm Mufasa, that's my name. Okay, cool. You're not feeling a certain type of way about it, okay? The things that make you feel a certain type of way, when they come up, whether you perceive it as good or bad, you breathe through it, because remember, everything is neutral. And the more you breathe through a heightened emotion, the closer you are to God, okay? Because think about it. When you, let's say you're planning a trip, okay? You're planning a trip and you're excited about the trip. Okay, sure, that's great. You're excited, but when you're actually on the trip, you're just kind of in it, right? You're not excited thinking about it. You're just in it, and it's like all of a sudden you're back from that fucking vacation. You're like, wow, like that went by so fast, because you were enjoying it. You were living in the moment, but you weren't consciously thinking, okay, now I'm going to do this, now I'm going to do that, right? You were just in the moment, okay? So you can be excited for something and know that it's going to happen, but at the same time you realize that, like, you're not those excited emotions. So when you are overly even excited, or if you're overly, you know, in a fucking bad mood, that's not who you are. True neutrality, like when you're on the trip, when you're on the vacation, you're just in the moment. That is the God state. And that's why your manifestations tend to arrive when you're not looking for them. You're not thinking about them, because number one, you're not thinking against them, so there's no resistance there. And you're not in the space of searching for something. You're just enjoying who you're being, which you're, you know, at high noon, okay, the sun is directly overhead. You're in direct alignment with the all-seeing eye, source, God, universe, whatever you choose to call it. And there's nothing to look for. There's no shadow cast in either direction, because you're just in pure isness. You're just in pure bliss. And anyone who has been there in that state of pure bliss, and we've all had these moments where you're just so relaxed and you're just enjoying where you're at, that like time starts to do trippy things. It's either slowing down or it's speeding up, or you're with the fucking homie, or you're with the partner, and then it's like, oh my god, like I can't believe it's already whatever time on the clock, okay? Because you were in the moment and you were enjoying it with that person. You weren't focused on time, so the time collapsed, because where is it when you're not focused on it? Because remember, timing can only come through if you're focused on it. So a lot of the times when you're shifting perspectives from like a quick fix, and you're really knowing that this is a lifestyle, and you have an awareness that thoughts and emotions aren't who you are, you just observe them, you just let them process through, and then you go back to doing whatever the fuck you were doing. So if you've ever had an experience where, you know, you're watching a fucking show, or you see a video or something, you think you're in the moment, okay, but then something comes up, then it triggers you, okay, and then it's like, yo, okay, why were you triggered? Like, that brought you out of the moment, right? It cast a shadow in another direction, okay, that kind of took your focus out of the alignment. You're like, wait, let me look over here. All you do is just breathe through and say, hey, I'm going to go back into my alignment. It doesn't mean anything. Even the things that you think are super triggering now, maybe some of you still have triggers. Maybe some of you still are triggered by your 3D. Maybe some of you still have triggers, okay? But you'll notice that once that feeling subsides, you feel kind of silly, right? If you respond or you react to a trigger. Because you're like, after that emotional sensation has like passed through, it's been played out, you're like, oh, why was I even bothered by that? Like, do you see what I'm saying? Because it's fleeting. That doesn't take away who you are. So you can, be triggered and like you can realize that. You can realize what's happening, but it doesn't even matter if you were triggered. You're just like, oh, I see what's happening here. There's still some sort of story running in the background that I must perceive to be true for me. Because if you didn't have any type of resonance with that, you wouldn't be triggered. So if someone, the one of the videos that I just made, okay, hey Monikara, welcome to the chat. Thank you for joining, beautiful. We're just sermoning here, So it's not about the things that trigger you. It's about looking at that particular trigger and saying, okay, what does this say about a story that I must believe to be true? Just like Pigpen in Charlie Brown, he's walking around and there's like an aura of fucking funk following him, okay? But only in this case, in the metaphorical example, that aura of funk is something that you're identified to, right? That's taking you, it's like casting a shadow in either direction. So now, if that comes up, it's like, it's a trigger, because not because the thing is doing anything, because the thing is neutral, but you have a story about it that you perceive as bad, so that's why it triggered you. So then what you want to do is definitely look at that story, okay, and be like, okay, if that triggered me, what must I believe about myself or about that situation, which is why there was a visceral reaction in your vessel. You don't like it, then you're going to make your affirmation the exact opposite. And whenever that topic comes to mind, let's say it's something about money, okay, and you've had the identity of like you had to work hard for money, okay, and then someone is like, oh, I manifested all this stuff out of thin air, I didn't work for it, it triggers you, and you're like, what the fuck, how can this motherfucker got their shit and I couldn't, like, right? Oh, because I believe maybe that the hard work has to be involved, right? I have to do something. I have to lift a finger. I have to move a muscle. So then you're going to go, you say, oh, my desires flow to me rapidly with ease. Everything that I want is here now. I needn't lift a finger. That, boom, that's your fucking affirmation, right? So whatever it is, because everyone has so many different stories, everyone has different triggers. If it triggers you, just look at it from the observer perspective as if you're conducting a science experiment and be like, okay, what must I believe to be true that causes visceral reaction? Oh, that's what it is. So then that's where I recommend robotic affirmations, okay? Method acting is perfect for identity shifting. Yeah, definitely. So what you want to understand is that robotic affirmation, and this is strictly my opinion, but they do work, even though you're not your thoughts, right? Thoughts are a tool. So if you're robotically affirming the opposite, especially if you notice that there was a pattern somewhere in there, right? You're robotically affirming money flows to me easily, I need it and lift a finger. Then the more you get solid in that line of thinking, the less that trigger is going to come up, because now you're tipping the scale. So you're balancing it out, you're overriding it with the opposite. And what is that going to do? That's going to bring you to the true neutral of the God state, because like and unlike are the same thing, different degree. Being broke and being rich, they're the same thing. It's about wealth, either it or lack of it. So you're not doing anything, you're just bringing yourself back to true neutral. You're not. Hey, glad to see you in the chat, Zinc Mineral. So you have to understand that true neutral is the ultimate, and the affirmations, all they're doing when you affirm the opposite of that story that caused a visceral reaction, all you're doing is just neutralizing it. You're neutralizing it so that you're no longer triggered. And when you're no longer triggered, you don't have resistance because you're not looking at the lack of it. And then therefore you're free to flow to that thing. Okay. So it's not going to be something where, you know, I would recommend, number one, not taking anything personally. Okay. If you want to make this a lifestyle, nothing anyone says or does is about you. If you were bothered by it, it's because that disturbance already rested in you, and it wasn't at rest, right? It was like I think I posted another video. I was talking about gasoline. Like if you pour gasoline all over the place, right? You're the one that has the gasoline all over your fucking psyche, right? And it's just waiting to be fucking ignited. And then what happens? Something comes. Something comes. And it ignites it, and boom, there's a fucking explosion, and you're like, oh shit, but they did that because they sparked the flame. But it's like, dog, you had the gasoline all splayed out all over the place, right? You were walking like Pigpen with fucking gasoline vapors like floating around you, so of course someone's gonna fucking trigger you. You love that analogy. Woohoo! So here's the thing with that is, when you understand that the thing is already within you, the other motherfucker, all they are, because everything is a reflection, right? Your positive thoughts, your negative thoughts. Remember, there's no positive, there's no negative. It's just what you perceive, right? Because I could say I really like cheesecake. Someone could be like, oh, they really hate it, right? So is cheesecake good or bad? No, it's neutral, but it's someone's perspective. So if someone triggered you and now you're pointing a finger at the outside and you're like, they did that, they were only able to do that because you had the gasoline splayed out all around the town in your fucking psyche. Because if you didn't have that story within you, someone could walk by like spark with fucking lighters trying to, you know, and they could have a fucking flamethrower and shit, and you're not even gonna notice. You could be like, okay, that has nothing to do with me. And that's gonna be your new baseline. You're gonna start observing the other and the outside and the circumstances. Not that they're separate from you because they're still a reflection of you, but the outside immediately is your biggest fucking mirror as to who you are. So everything is a reflection, and if you get triggered by something, that means there's a unfavorable story. If you're not triggered by something, you don't have a story about, so who cares, right? So it's about Elder Bell, you were waiting for me to go live. Well, here we are. I was waiting for you to join. We're all reflections of each other. So when you understand that the other motherfucker is not doing shit, because it appears that way to the ego, right? Because the ego can only see through a limited scope of vision. It's like, oh, well, they're the one that sparked the gasoline, but my dog, you had it laying out there to begin with, okay? So how it becomes a lifestyle is that, you know, you just meander along about your day, and this is what I'd recommend to anyone, okay? Your spidey sense was tingling. Hey, Avonlea, what is up? Thank you for joining. We're just sermoning here, you know. So my drink lineup, Daria, is this is flat water from Trader Joe's. And this is chocolate. Oh Jesus, I don't know if I'm fucking tipsy already, but it's a Buzzball, the chocolate flavor ones. Fuck yeah. Hey Trishala, thank you for joining, gorgeous. Welcome. So how it becomes a lifestyle is that you're gonna be triggered less and less and less. Ooh, follow Bliss your first live. Holla. Well, thank you for joining. Ooh, you almost got a cut water because of me. Woohoo! Woo, I'm chilling, Trishala. You know, I'm feeling a little nice right now. I hope you are too. The chocolate, yeah, it's I don't know what it's called. Chocolate. I have the can somewhere. But yeah, it's a chocolate one. I really like it. It kind of reminds me of like amaretto or some shit. But anyway, so this becomes a lifestyle, okay? The more that you become the awareness behind the thoughts and the emotions, and you see what stories you have going on within you, and you're able to look at it like a computer program, okay? Because if you have, you keep typing in the same search in the Google search bar, the web browser is just going to keep showing it to you because it thinks you want more of that. So then how you override it, remember, the affirmations aren't creating anything. They're just getting you back to true neutral. So instead of being super triggered by cheesecake or whatever the fuck it is, you're like, oh yeah, whatever. It's cool. You like, oh, I hate cheesecake. Why does cheesecake keep presenting itself to me? I feel like going to a cheesecake factory. Anyway, because I like this with like cheesecake. Ooh, so good. Anyway, so you see something that you don't like, it triggers you. So what does that say about a story? You don't need to deep dive through the fucking abyss with the fucking crypt keeper shit like that. You don't need to do anything. You just say, what is the opposite of this trigger? So what's the opposite of being broke? It's being wealthy. Boom. What is the opposite of being single? It's being in a relationship. So then all you're doing when you say in the affirmations, you're not creating anything, because creation is finished, because you can see in your mind's eye the timeline where you're wealthy, in the dream relationship, all that shit, right? But what you're doing right there is you're just neutralizing the energy so that there's no shadow cast in either direction, and you are in pure alignment. God, source, universe, whatever you want to call it, all-seeing eye. There's no shadow cast between your physical vessel and your third eyesight, which is tuned into the frequency that you want. That's all it's doing, okay? It's all about just balancing energy. And what I said in my most recent video, I was talking about this thing that I fucking ooh, you gonna cook some spaghetti? Holla, woo! Are you making it with sauce? What kind of sauce you got? Cause I like some spaghetti. I like you know what pasta I like? I like the little curly ones. It's not spaghetti. I like, it's like little spirals. Ooh, they taste so good. And yeah, I think different pastas taste different, even though they're all the same. But I think they taste different. Hell yeah. Oh, well, I'm glad that you have some entertainment while cooking. Oh, is it called rigatoni? Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, different pastas to me taste so different depending on the shape, which is so weird. And I love the pasta when it's like kind of like a little chewy. I don't like it when it's like super soft, but yo, they do fucking taste different. They do. Living in the end, fuck yeah. Oh my god. Okay. Oh girl, I love all types of food. Like we could get pasta up in here, we could get like veggie burgers, we could get, I mean, man, I love all types of sushi, everything. Okay, so let me get back to this. So here's a little trick that like I noticed, and I posted a video on this because, I'm fucking weird. But I noticed, okay, if you were to go, and I have like the full video on TikTok, but just like a brief synopsis where how you can also amplify your affirmations is when you're saying your affirmation, nod your head, yes. That's it. Because here's what I noticed, okay, at least for me personally. Jane, my girl, what is up? Thank you for joining. Twitty, 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 twitty. I meant to say twizzy, but I'm a little tipsy, so it's twitty tonight. So we're feeling twitty. Almost like Tweety Bird, but not really. I love Tweety Bird. But I prefer maybe Sylvester the cat. Okay, so. That's neurological and psychological. Yeah, yo, because you affirmed that I was going to be live tonight. Well, here is your successful manifestation, Jane. And everyone, Jane be on it, yo. Jane be knowing. We be like this. But anyway, so the body movement, yes, exactly, Chance. So I suggested in my video, I was like, look at all of your apps, like relationships, friendships, money, career, health, like all of them, right? Write it down and then write out what you want it to be. And then repeat it to yourself, but be calm, right? So let's say you're looking at your apps and you're like, I'm a multimillionaire. I'm a multimillionaire. And spend a little bit of time. Time doesn't exist, but for the purposes of this video, you know, we'll take it from the ego perspective, okay? I read your comments. Jane, I always look for your comments. So, I mean, you know, but that affirmation worked. So I guess it's just an ongoing thing, you know? But when you are saying that affirmation and you just kind of say it slowly over and over again, your body is either gonna nod yes, or it might feel constricted, or it might be neutral, it might not care, or it might start nodding no. And if your body fucking does that while you're saying the affirmation, if you get a constriction, or if it starts nodding no, that is showing that your body is not calibrated, because it doesn't, the software is not fully downloaded for your body to traverse to that moment in time, okay? So we know that we're time travelers, right? And we're, you know, we can access all timelines now from, you know, the all that is perspective, but to experience a timeline in 3D, it's like our body is the one maneuvering through the different slides, and it's saying, you know, it's basically, without saying anything, it's saying yes or no to that timeline, okay? So this is why a lot of times when I've, you know, like individuals that I work with personally, they manifest the thing sometimes, and then they lose the thing dissolves, or like some weird shit happens, and they're like, wait, but I was doing so good, and then this happened, and I'm like, okay, but your body, it was like a mismatch, okay? It was like this is not compatible, right? Because your body didn't accept that as your new normal. And, you know, I always talk about Joe Dispenza, but he really gets into the science behind that, okay? How emotions are like stored in your physical vessel, the operating system, the software. So how to kind of hijack that operating system to get your body to process it as normal and natural. Thank you for the gifts. Ooh, I love the lightning bolts. Holler. How to get your body to accept it faster is you nod yes, and you say, this is normal, yes, this is natural, yes. And if an emotion comes up, or you feel constricted in your chest, or you feel any sort of unease in your body, deep fucking breathe through it, okay? Deep breathe through it, and just keep saying yes, and affirm, and keep nodding yes. And I recommend speaking it out loud, because we know words are spelling. I mean, you could say it in your mind too. Hey, Prince Charming, what is up? So that's kind of like supercharging your body to get more in alignment with it. So you don't need to do that for, you know, the things that you're already in agreement with, like, because if you're saying an affirmation and you're just neutral, your body isn't reacting, it's just like, okay, that means you're calibrated. So my suggestion is look at the different areas of your life, and whichever area is causing some sort of resistance, friction in your body that you can sense, you start affirming, you start nodding. Yes, yes, this is normal. Yes, this is natural. Yes, 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 yes. You keep saying yes, okay? No. Now, here's the other thing. I think I saw a comment earlier. Someone was talking about self-concept. And you don't need self-concept to manifest, okay? You don't, because you could have a great self-concept and one area in your life you just have a detrimental story about. So you don't need self-concept to manifest. The only thing that I would recommend is if you are having... Good night. Thank you for joining, Nisha. So the thing that I would recommend is that if there's one particular area and everything else is good, you don't need to work on self-concept, because why? You just want to address the fucking story of that particular issue. But if you're mostly in a state of anxiety, fear, depression, anger, whatever it is, right? Hey, Angie. Ooh, the cute alchemist. What is up? Thank you for joining. You want to address self-concept if there's a lot of areas that you feel are shitty. Thank you for the gift. I appreciate it. Love you all. Mwah. What you want to do is tackle self-concept. And in my opinion, which strictly, just a random motherfucker on the TikTok who's a little fucking buzzed right now by the motherfucking Buzzball, I would suggest not focusing on anything else. If you're waking up with anxiety or depression or fear or anger, and it's like that throughout the day, and you're going to sleep like that, in my opinion, you need to address that first. And if you want to manifest the person or the millions of dollars or the dream body, those can be put on hold because you have a shaky foundation. So the self-concept is like the foundation of the fucking house. Okay? You may need to work on it, you may not, but only you would fucking know that. Chance, I'm funny. Oh, well, I appreciate that. I'm here to entertain as you make your fucking beautiful pasta. So your self-concept is important if it's shitty. Just keeping it a fucking buck up in this bitch. You know what I'm saying? If your self-concept is shit, everything else can go on the back burner. Okay? You concentrate on that. Then you start saying self-empowerment affirmations and shit like that. You start hyping yourself up no matter what it is, even if it's in the form of a question, and you nod fucking yes, hell yeah, anuia te coetis, written on the fucking dollar bill, y'all. And what that means in Latin is like someone who's like, they kind of have like an inside joke, they're nodding. Okay, so you nod in agreement. I'm telling you, I don't know how the motherfucker I came to this epiphany last night, okay, as I was doing my own auditing, because, I go into my psyche and I audit, because that's how I fucking roll, because I don't just talk about it, I be the fuck about it, okay? And you start nodding, and you're like, yep, that's right. Why does my life get better every day? Why does every day feel better than the previous? And you might look like a damn fucking fool nodding to yourself. And I would also recommend doing this in front of the mirror too. So you're actually like interfacing with your physical vessel and you're seeing the physical vessel nod, okay? So that's what you would want to do. If your self-concept is shitty, you're going to say that every day gets better and better. And you're going to nod. You're going to say, why am I feeling better every day? Why does every day flow perfectly with ease? Just start with that, okay? And the rest of the shit, when your self-concept is more solid, now the foundation of the house is built, and it's not built over a fucking fault line, it's just built over solid ground, then you could go in with the apps, okay? But if your self-concept is generally good and it's just one area, why the fuck do you need to work on it? You don't, okay? So I don't have a manifestation routine. I will tell you guys what I do, but again, this is why I try to refrain from talking about what I do personally, because I'm me, right? Like, and you guys are you. Everyone is an individual, so it's like, what works for me might not work for you. What works for you might not work for me, okay? But for me, how I manifest things that I want, I get high. And I put on my jamming headphones and I listen to music that I like and I think about what I want. And then it fucking happens. That's what I do. That's what I do. And I've done that before I even knew what manifesting was. Okay, I would just always do that. So someone could look at that and be like, oh, you're just daydreaming and blah, blah, blah. Okay, but it fucking works, right? So it's like, that's what I do. Seriously. And it's not a routine. I don't consider a routine because I enjoy it. So where's the routine? It's a lifestyle. Okay, so what I do is that, okay, in my free time, which I always have free time because that's my lifestyle, right? But like, that's what I do. Okay, I always make sure to balance like things that I do throughout the day. Okay, like cleaning or making food or going to the gym or my beauty appointments. Like, yeah, I do that. But then in the evening, when I have time for just me, I hang out with just myself and I fucking do that. Okay? And what I do also sometimes during those sessions is the auditing, the psyche auditing, because sometimes things will come up, right? So I'm thinking about the thing that I want. Oh shit, there's a constriction. I'm like, okay, isolate this. What does that mean? Oh, that's what that means. Okay. So I'm going to affirm the opposite of whatever that is, even if it's like impatience. Because, I mean, for real, that's been my fucking thing. Because, Aries, we want our shit fucking now. Okay? So it's like, okay, even if it's impatience, it's done now. It's done now. I nod my head. It's done perfectly for me. And I just discovered the whole head nodding thing like less than 24 hours ago. So this is like, I wouldn't call it exclusive information because it's probably out there somewhere, but this is going to serve you, I promise, because it fucking served me. Hey, it's Jacob. What is up? Welcome to the chat. So you want to see while you're thinking about whatever it is, if there's a constriction, if you sense like your body might be rejecting that, ooh, let me affirm the opposite and start nodding. Why is this normal for things to happen instantaneously? Why is it normal for me to receive instant manifestation? You get kind of in a flow state, okay? Because when I do my psyche auditing, I don't even go in there with a motherfucking plan, okay? You're ready to laugh with my humor? Well, I'm ready to laugh with you too, and I got my fucking choco chocolate something Buzzball. I don't remember the name because I'm a little twizzy or twitty. What I say? I said I was twitty. Hell yeah, I'm twitty. So I don't have a specific thing that I do. It's just when I've done like my earthly things, right, like 3D stuff that I do throughout the day, I take my time for myself and I do that. And then if something comes up, I'm like, ooh, what is this? But I don't go looking for it. And that's the thing where I'm like, these motherfuckers, they talking about shadow work and fucking warring with the fucking crypt keeper, fucking bats in the belfry and fucking vampires in the closet and shit. Like, you don't need to look for some shit. That shit will show up. It will just be like, hey, what's up? Ding dong. Ringing the fucking bell. And then you open the door, you're like, whoa, like, what the fuck? Okay, so you don't have to go looking for anything. You don't have to, like, I'm going to deep dive in the depths of my soul and do shadow work and think about everything that's wrong with me. Bitch, if you think there's something wrong with you, then you're just going to get that fucking reflection back. So start assuming you're fucking perfect and wonderful and fucking amazing and sexy as fuck, because you are. And then if something pops up that seems like it contradicts that, that's when you address it, because you don't have to go looking for no motherfucking shadow. Shadow will motherfucking find your ass. Because what the shadow, yeah, like I said with that analogy, you see everything makes sense, right? Corinthians, casting down imaginations. You're casting down by imagination the shadow. The shadow is a 3D realm, your experiences and all that type of shit, okay? So your shadow is always with you. Even when the sun is at high noon, the shadow has the potential, if you change your position, it has the potential to appear, right? So you don't need to go looking for it, because if you're carrying it with you, it's always fucking there. It's just the right climate conditions cause it to surface in front of your fucking vision, okay? And then you're like, oh, I know, so I'm a little impatient now, so I'm going to say, you know what? I'm gonna nod my head. Everything that I want always arrives in perfect time. The perfect time is now. Yep, that's right. You keep nodding. You keep affirming whatever the opposite is. But you don't need to go and say, I mean, you can if you want to, you know what I mean? But it's like kind of like a personal, it's kind of a personal decision. Jasmine, you really on that? Why does your life get better every day? Hell yeah. And your life does get better every fucking day. In every perfect and beautiful way, I might add. So when you are like, when the shadow kind of pops up, giving you a motherfucking jump scare and shit, whether it's in your mind or it's in the 3D, you're like, oh, that bothered me. But if I didn't have that disturbance within myself, I wouldn't have been bothered. It's like you had the gasoline just fucking laying out there, then the match ignited it. Oh, discussing self-concept and shadow work. Ask for manifestation tips. Well, thank you, my AI friend. Oh, thank you. Someone with the Canadian flag here. What's up? You're the most beautiful woman. Thank you. You are beautiful too. I know you are, even though I don't see your pic because I see the Canadian flag, but I know you are too. We love our Canadians here in the U.S. Hell yeah. Okay, we got love for everybody. And everyone in this chat is beautiful and sexy and perfect. And don't let a motherfucker tell you otherwise, okay? But anyway, so the thing that you want to keep in mind is that you don't need to go looking for the shadow, okay? It'll present itself, and then you're just like, oh, it's a lifestyle. You don't take it personally. I guess that's still in the software of my psyche. Let me just affirm the opposite and then do the nod technique. Fuck yeah, the nod. I'm gonna just call it the nod. If any of you here see any more content from me and I'm like, give it the nod, I give you a new affirmation, the fucking nod. Fuck yeah, anuete coetes. On the dollar bill, you nod. Because you fucking know. That's what you do. You're learning so much. You all appreciate my teachings. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all being here. So you don't have to look for the fucking shadow. And then it becomes a lifestyle, right? Because like I just said, even when I do this like psyche auditing, I'm not going to look for shit. I just let shit flow to me, and whatever presents itself. Oh my God, you know what I'm seeing right now? When the moody, woo! I can't speak. The movie Beetlejuice. Okay, I fucking love that movie. That shit is lit on fucking fire. Okay, so there is this scene that I just saw, which kind of reminds me of what I'm talking about here. And it's like they open different doors, and like one door is like, I don't know, or was it poltergeist, or it could have been both. Either way, symbolism, supernatural, paranormal activity, opening doors, and you open a door and you see a whole bunch of like shit flying around, and it's like there's these weird creatures, and you open the door, and then like you see things whizzing by, you're like, what the fuck? And then something presents itself to you, and it's like a jump scare. It's like, ah, like that. Okay, I've seen it in Beetlejuice. I'm pretty sure they have it in Poltergeist too. The one from 1982, and I think Beetlejuice is in 1988. Anyway, okay, so check those out. Super fucking classics. Whatever, not scary, but I don't think they're supposed to be, or maybe they are. I don't fucking know. Either which way, okay? So you open the door, and the thing that you have going on in your psyche is just going to present itself. It's going to be like, hey, what's up? It's going to be jump scaring. I mean, I don't know what the fuck it's going to do because everyone is different, but you're not going to have to go looking for it. You just kind of relax, and you'll see things whizzing by in your mind's eye, okay? Whether it's a thought, an emotion, an idea, a fucking, like, a vision, okay? Some individuals might even have visions that just present themselves, and they like it or they don't like it, but you're not gonna have to go looking for it. It just means that's what's, oh shit, it's like an energetic vacuum, okay? And it's swirling around you like Charlie Brown fucking Peanuts Pigpen. And it's just what you have in closest proximity for whatever fucking reason. Maybe it was like you just saw a show, and now that thing was in your awareness because you saw a show, and it really has nothing to do with you, but then you'll be able to see, be like, oh, that's interesting, I saw that on a show. Okay, cool, moving on. But if it's something that you feel, okay, if you feel something, and that's something that you feel is unpleasant, then you're going to look at that thing, the jump scare thing, okay? And you're going to be like, yo, what is the opposite of this? Okay, boom. You affirm the opposite. You make an affirmation. However you talk to yourself in your mind, you start nodding. And if that emotion comes up again, you acknowledge it. Yeah, that emotion is there, but it's processing through. And you keep nodding with that affirmation. But you're not going to have to go looking for shit. So if anyone talks about shadow work, you really want to be in that mentality where you're trying to find something wrong with you when nothing is wrong with you. It's just fucking software. It's nothing to take personally. I mean, okay, be my guest, but you know what I'm saying? Woo! Lovely Tatiana. Hey, gorgeous. Good to see you in the chat. Welcome. You loved the Beetlejuice cartoon series when you were a toddler. Ooh, nice. Hell yeah. Beetlejuice is always a mood, you know? So you don't have to go fucking looking for anything. It'll present itself to you. And when it does, you don't take it personally. But you understand that if your body is having any type of reaction, there's still a story that you have that you're in resonance with in regards to that story. And if you want that story to leave because you find it unpleasant, deep breathe, affirm through it, and nod the opposite. Fuck yeah, we gonna give it the nod. That's what we gonna do, everyone in the chat right now. And when this goes up on YouTube and whatever video I have posted on TikTok, we give it the nod. That's what we calling this motherfucker now. Oh, you trying to jump scare me, motherfucker. I'm gonna give you the nod. I'm gonna affirm the opposite. And I'm gonna just look at you until you fucking disperse the fuck out my face. So, the nod of God. Yo, Jane, be quick with it. That's that mercurial Virgo shit. Fuck yeah. The nod of God. Hell yeah. So, and that's what preps and lubes your fucking vessel, right? Because it's like, you know, you could see the timeline. You could jump into it mentally, and that's why creation is finished. But to prepare the physical vessel, if it's been used to a certain, you know, atmosphere, right? Then you gotta kind of lube it up. You gotta prime it before you toss it into that fucking timeline, okay? Because, you know, the thing is, like, we can experience any reality, right? But because the body is the one that's getting you there, and because you want to experience it in the 3D, the body, it kind of has to be on fucking board, right? Because you could live in your mind all you fucking want, but what is that going to do? Oh, you're affirming that you're a multimillionaire. Okay, so the money is not there. Are you supposed to live in your mind for the rest of your life? No, you're affirming for the person. Are you supposed to just jerk off the rest of your life? No. You're supposed to have the thing in the 3D, but you have to understand the mechanics of how the physical vessel operates. And it's like you're not your body, you're just piloting it around. So it's like your car. When your car says refuel, that's like the legit hardware telling you this is what we need right now. So you give it fuel, okay? Just like your body, if it's like signaling discomfort when you think about a timeline, it's saying, but we don't have enough lube yet. Like we don't have, you lube it up. And how you do that is you keep normalizing it to the body, and then your body is just going to accept that new timeline so it can swoop on into it, okay? Am I into astrology? Oh, yes. Very, very much. I definitely am. And astrology has been so interesting because, yes, it's a belief system. I believe in it, so it plays out for me. But does it have anything to do with manifesting? No. So when someone says, like, you're not compatible with someone because of this sign or that sign, I don't believe that type of stuff. I look at it more for, like, personality fun, but I don't take everything, because astrology, man, especially with, like, relationships and shit like that, like, I'd be like, if I, like, if I'm, like perceiving someone, I'm like, oh my God, men of this zodiac sign are XYZ ABC, or men of that zodiac sign are XYZ ABC. And I'm like, holy shit. And that shit has so played out for me. So I'm like, God damn, I need to just not fucking lump together zodiac signs in that aspect, because it's like, what the hell? Because I've literally seen it played out in front of me, and it's like, it's not even about the zodiac sign, right? It's my belief in it. But if I'm like, all men of this sign are fucking hoe bags, and then I fucking meet one, then that's what has played out for me, right? So it's like, I'm kind of like, ooh, like I want to be more mindful with it, because I do believe in it, and that belief is very strong. But I also think it can be detrimental in certain ways if I'm saying, okay, like, this dude is this sign, so he's whatever, right? Like, I don't know. So there's like a fine line there. Or if someone is saying, okay, well, you have this sign, so it's gonna be harder for you to manifest, because I'm like, no, I like, I've never really believed in that type of stuff. I just look at it for like personality fun. But even that personality fun shit, I have experienced like the wildest fucking manifestations from that. So I'm like, oh my god. And then I'll be like, I'm only compatible with this sign. So what sign keeps showing up? It's that sign, right? Not because I'm necessarily compatible with them, but because I'm saying I am. So it's so interesting. Yeah, definitely. I mean, people that are only into sun sign, like, I mean, that's super beginner level astrology. But even with like the moon signs and the ascendant and all that stuff, like, I mean, I've noticed things for me personally based on my chart with like people that I get along with, and I can see some similarities. But again, maybe that's my perception, right? But I believe in astrology, I believe in tarot, I believe in psychic ability, but it plays out for me because I believe in it. So someone, you know, we're all manifesting, whether we believe in astrology or not, or psychic ability or tarot, whatever, but it's like, what we believe in tends to be what manifests, you know what I mean? Astrology is basically a mirror. Yeah, I think, for me personally, I'm like, the birth chart is kind of, and this, again, this is my opinion, so of course it's gonna play out as true for me. When we're looking at the birth chart, it kind of shows, it's like a blueprint of what you're gonna do. It's kind of, and this is my opinion, okay? I'm like, this is a matrix, this is a video game, this is an avatar that we chose, and the astrology, the birth chart of that avatar kind of shows the mission that that character has in the earth dimensional plane. But again, that's just my opinion, so if someone resonates, they do. If they don't, they don't. But I've seen a lot of, like, for me, for other people that I've like looked at their chart, I'm like, yeah, I'm like, okay, this totally makes sense. Because I look at my chart and I'm like, god damn, I'm like, whoa, this shit is playing out. But is it playing out because it's playing out, or is it playing out because I said it's playing out, right? So but that's just how I look at it. I'm like, the chart is kind of like the blueprint of what the physical avatar is gonna, you know, do. It's like, it's like that's their goal in the game, which, you know, I have fun with it. So there are other individuals that they're not into like the Matrix theme. They're like, this is a prison planet and motherfuckers have karma, and I'm just like, if you're creating your own reality, why are you gonna create some fucking detrimental shit story? Like, why? Prison planet? I mean, how, and like, not to get too off track, but like, how do we even know that this is a planet? I mean, I don't have proof that it's a planet or that it isn't. I don't know. And I don't give a shit, because what does it have to do with me? Nothing. I know that here I am, a portion of my awareness is experiencing this. So if I know, because I have proof that I've created experiences, I might as well create the fucking most beautiful, amazing fucking virtual reality dream that ever did exist. So that's in my opinion. So whoever resonates, you do. If you don't, you don't. But like, my recommendation, you don't want to go into anything being like, this is hard. Why motherfuckers say this shit like life is hard? Oh, Monday blues. Bitch, I love Mondays. I love Tuesdays. I love every fucking day of the week. Every fucking day. because I'm fucking living my dream. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you also some interesting shit. Okay, I'm not gonna get too much into it because I don't want to like taint anyone else's experiences. But for me, I've had a lot of weird. I mean, they're not weird to me, but uncommon, I guess, by the mainstream. Like, I've had a lot of fucking strange situations. And last night I had this fucking epiphany. And this goes back to, you know, I believe in timelines and like all time is happening now, right? So the version of you or me or anyone, like when we were 2 years old, okay, that version is existing right now, right? It's just by the linear perspective where we're not looking at it, okay? But we can access that timeline anytime we fucking want. But I remember, holy motherfuck, the puzzle piece. I was talking for an hour already, Jesus. Get off the notorious penis, okay? Exactly. Anything can be true. That is so true, Chance. So, you know, you want to make everything, no matter what it is, if you believe in fucking dragons and unicorns, then fucking go for it. But like for me, what I had this experience yesterday was so wild. And it's like I can tell whenever I've upgraded different levels of consciousness, because again, I look at this as a video game, so of course it's going to play out as true for me. So I remember when I was like a little kid, okay, there was this figure that would talk to me. Yes, it was a figure that would talk to me. And this figure would just tell me all these things and like I don't know, about like this beautiful, amazing life that I'm having and shit like that. And like I'm a little kid and none of that was going on. And I was like, huh? I was confused, but also in a way like comforted by it, because I'm like, really? Like I have that to look forward to? Okay, cool. And I remember this figure we would interact, like not that they would appear in front of me, but like in my mind they would just like show up. And as I was doing my little, I guess if you want to call it routine or whatever the fuck, I was doing my fucking auditing, okay, I was looking at pics of me, because that's what I like to do. I like to look at pics of me because I don't know, and I'm not doing it for self-concept, just I naturally look at pics of me, and I look at myself in the mirror, and I'm like, god damn, I'm the fucking shit, to me. Okay, and this is what I do naturally. I don't know, Aries shit. Who the fuck knows, okay? Because remember, I grew up, like, since a little kid, being brainwashed by Aries propaganda, okay? So I was always into myself. Whether it's Aries astrology shit, or, I don't know. Leo, Venus in the first. Hell yeah. Oh, Jane, hell yeah. Aries. You love Aries, you're a Libra. Holla. Opposite signs, right? I have a stellium in Libra, but I'm an Aries sun, so that's a fucking interesting one. But whatever, so I was just like admiring myself. And like not in a way where like it's like conceited or like, oh my god, I'm better than everyone, but it's just me loving myself, right? Which in my opinion, I think everyone should do, which I do naturally, so I don't have to force myself to do it, right? But if you can't look at yourself and love yourself, who else is really going to? Because remember, everyone is a reflection of you, right? So self-love is number one. There's nothing wrong with showing yourself love, because you are a beautiful, sexy motherfucker. You are a handsome, sexy motherfucker. Whatever choice word you want to put in there, how you describe yourself, XYZ, sexy motherfucker, that's who you are, okay? So don't let anyone tell you otherwise. But you have to show love to yourself. So I was doing that because I do that naturally, right? Like, whatever. And I was looking at a pic of myself, and it clicked. And I said, oh shit. The pic that I was looking at of myself was like a clip from a video I just posted. And I was like, this is the person that I was communing with when I was a fucking child. And it's weird as shit, because like it hit me in like this like resonance. And you know when you know something, you don't have to question, you don't have to doubt. It wasn't the ego being like, oh my god. No, I was like, that is the motherfucker. I am the motherfucker that told my child self, you're gonna be fucking living the dream. And I said, whoa. I was like, that shit is trippy as motherfuck. And it just like, I knew it. You know when you just fucking know something? I was like, yo, I am that motherfucker. I am the motherfucker that was visiting my fucking childhood self. And I'm like, yo, this shit is wild. Because that timeline, childhood me is still occurring, just like me when I was a fucking Knight of Templar. That's fucking still occurring, right? Like, all of that is occurring now. So the timelines are all in existence, just a matter of like what you're in resonance with. And I was like, yo, the future version of me, like this timeline, it was already completed. It was already fucking completed even years ago when I was a fucking child. And I said, God damn. And it was wild. And it came full circle because then we have, thank you, I have a gift. We all have gifts. I know you have a lot of beautiful gifts as well. So make sure you tune into those. That's right. You want to tune into that shit. Creation is finished. Fuck yeah. Oh, my AI friend said sharing a personal story about childhood and timelines. Well, yeah, I guess. I mean, that's what we're doing. But anyway, so I was like, holy shit. I was like, no, because we had an anniversary. Which, whatever. Anyway, for me, the date that I saw, because I looked at the time, I was like, I had this realization. I looked at the time, and I was like, oh, that's the time. This is a date. Oh, shit. So, essentially, I was born again last night into this version of me now, and I fucking felt it. And that was the up level in consciousness. When motherfuckers talk about, like, your oven clock is wrong and it says 11:11 right now. Well, it's not wrong, is it? It's right. It's exactly right on time, Chance. Fuck yeah. Okay, so when I had that epiphany, I was like, I up-leveled in consciousness, and it had to be symbolic in the way that it presented itself to me. I was like, yo, I am that version that visited my childhood self and said, you're gonna be living the fucking dream. I am that motherfucker, because this is what I do. This like I live the dream. Okay, so I, like, even when I was a child, I never really bought into like third dimensional constructs. Like, you have to go to school, you have to get a job, you have to, like, and I knew that to some extent, but like, you know, society, motherfuckers. Hey, Y2K ass crack. What is up? Thank you for joining, gorgeous. Good to see you. So, yes, visiting your past and future self. Exactly. I taught in one of the videos, I don't know how, but the way is made now. Fuck yeah, and I am the way, motherfucker. Woo! The way comes included. So when that happened, I'm like, yo, I elevated to this point where when I was a child and motherfuckers were telling me, no, you have to go to school, you have to earn a degree, you have to work for someone else. I'm not doing any of that. And I always fucking knew I don't need school to do what I'm doing. And this shit that I'm doing, whatever the fuck, and I don't even consider this a job or work. It's just like fun. Like, we're hanging out. We're fucking friends, right? So it's like I get to chat with my homies. I get to fucking talk with a lot of you one-on-one, okay? We get to talk about this fucking lit-ass fucking shit. Because like minds, right? Like, I would only attract other versions of me who are into this shit. I did not go to fucking school to do this. And I fucking knew that as a child, as a teenager. You love these talks? I love them too. We all love it here. It's nothing but love, Chance. Hell yeah. So I knew that. And I noticed the times that like other motherfuckers would try to tell me, well, you need to apply yourself in school. You need to get good grades and slave away for the system. Like, I just didn't believe it. But you know, as a kid, you don't know how to really articulate a lot of that. Like, you can have a general idea, but you're not going to conceptualize it the way, you know, maybe as an adult you would. And I remember the me now would go to visit this motherfucker as a child, my childhood self, and was like, nah, son, it's all good. And I'm like, and I remember I was just like, okay, and look where the fuck I am now. I am that motherfucker now. I am her. Because it was this me exactly as I am right now. The way that I look, the fucking vibe, the energy. That was who was visiting me. And I was like, God damn, this motherfucker pimp is shit. And I was like, yo. I was like, okay. So I would feel better whenever this entity, me now, would visit me. So I'm like, God damn, I was visiting myself in those other fucking timelines saying that you don't need to go to school. I mean, imagine how trippy that fucking sounds, but, you know, whatever. So that's basically how it came full circle for me yesterday, because I had that moment. I'm like, yo, I up-leveled in consciousness. Ooh, thank you for the roses. I appreciate you. So I up-leveled in consciousness to the degree where, like, a childhood, I guess if you want to call it, like, fantasy, because it's like, no one is gonna fucking believe you. You fucking saying this figure visited me and told me that I'm gonna be doing this as an adult or whatever, and like, it sounds really fucking wild, but I had that experience, and now I realize it was just me from this timeline telling that version of me, the past version, you're gonna fucking do it. So here's the thing for you all to keep in mind if you so desire. Is that similar to deja vu? In my opinion, no. Deja vu is more about, like, you see the immediate effects of when you jump a timeline right then and there. I was kind of like, man, that's a good question, because I don't even know what I would call that experience, but I wouldn't call it deja vu, me personally, no. Deja vu is kind of like, this already happened, which means the timelines, the juncture point, they crossed each other, and you're just like, oh, because that former version of you, like, you kind of connected that way. But like, this for me, this is more like a vision. I wouldn't even call it a spiritual thing. It was just like a random mind visitor that looked like me showed up and was like, yo, you don't need to go to school. I fucking didn't. Oh my god. Whew. Because this shit that I like, you know, with manifesting, man, someone could tell you 6 ways to Sunday, but if you don't have the experience of actually being aware that you manifested something, you're not going to know. And all of you in the chat, I know, have had this experience that you consciously manifested something, right? Because that's why you're in this chat. But like, until you have the experience, you're not going to know. But it's like this version of me that visited that version of me. It was like all the timelines are now, but I guess it was kind of like, okay, well, let me make sure, like, I'm here, I'm evidence, I'm proof, so let me prove it to this version of me. And it was me. That's why I didn't reject the energy, because it was me. So how could I reject something that I am, right? So that's where now I even have more solidification that, like, the things that I see of the quote future, which is not really future, it's happening now, that timeline is so fucking real. Because, like, I've seen this timeline that I'm on. I've seen it for years, and it's fucking happening. And I'm fucking living it. I'm fucking living my dream. Like, oh my god, bro. Like that's so fucking trippy. And no one would have fucking thought, because it made no logical sense. No one would have fucking thought that. At least not where I was fucking from. So I'm like, yo, I'm living the dream that I fucking saw since I was a fucking child. And that dream stayed with me because this version of me already fucking existed, and I am it now. And I said, god damn, that shit's pimp as fucking dope as shit. So the future versions of me, I trust even further. So what I recommend, if any of you want an experience like that, okay, now you could access all timelines now because it's only now, but you wanna maybe talk to your fucking future self and say, yo, homie, show me what to do, you know, light it up, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so it's like, that's what you gotta do. And even go back to maybe the former versions of you that wouldn't have thought that it was possible for you to get where you are now. Go and solidify that timeline, because you could access any of those timelines, and it's you visiting you. So if you feel like you don't know what your next step is, bro, go in, talk to your future fucking self that's in it, even though it's not the future, it's happening now, but you know, in linear perspective, it's future, okay? You just say, future self, the fuck do I need to know about this now moment? Show me what to do, and be easy with it. Be easy with it. Don't try to force an outcome, because that's going to come from the ego. If you try for, like, you see what I'm saying, oh well, you need to do this, you need to apply yourself. No, because if I had listened to the ego, other motherfuckers, society, what I would have fucking went to college. And like, no shade if you went to college and that's something that you want to do, but I never wanted that. I never wanted that. I never even wanted to be in fucking elementary school. Like, I liked it because I got to socialize, you know, with like peers. And it was like fun if I had like crushes on like boys at that time. But like, I didn't go to like really work because I knew somehow that I wouldn't need that information that was taught in schools to what I would be doing. And I guess it's because this motherfucker right here, fuck yeah, was like, yo, you're not gonna need any of that shit. What are you doing? And because all the timelines are happening now, I had an awareness of this timeline. Even when I couldn't articulate what it was, and I just knew, I'm like, but what I'm doing, I'm not gonna need that. So my future self, which is the present moment, went back and said, yo, you're not going to need that. Don't worry about it. And I never fucking worried about it. Oh, you have to apply yourself. You have to graduate. I didn't fucking graduate. According to the state of New York, the last grade that I fucking graduated was 8th. Yes. What? And I fucking love my life because I don't need fucking school to fucking show me anything. I'm gonna learn about the fucking founding fathers. Why the fuck do I need to know that? Why the fuck do I need to know that? Why do I need to know about fucking algebra? X plus Y equals my fucking left titty. Get the fuck out my face. Why the fuck do I need to know that? I mean, and listen, if you want to know about the founding fathers because you're into history, by all means, bro, then go to school, learn about that shit. If you want to know about algebra and your fucking nutsack equates to X and Y minus Z squared, bro, please do that because that's you. But for me, I never gave a shit about none of that motherfucking shit. Yo, the founding fathers, like, I don't know, because in the United States, I know I have a lot of international individuals here. But like, we had to learn about the founding fathers and shit. Ooh, thank you for the gift. I appreciate that. Self-education, that is the finest and that is the best. Fuck yeah, we cheers to that. No, we don't cheers with water. We cheers with the fucking Buzzball, okay? So, in the United States, we had to learn about the fucking founding fathers wearing knee stockings and white wigs. Like that shit was creepy as all motherfuckers. I'm like, what does this have to do with me in my life? And I never fucking understood that. But then now come to find out the founding fathers, right? It's like, they were just motherfuckers who found. Strictly for entertainment purposes, TikTok bots. This is strictly for entertainment purposes. And as you can see, I'm quite tipsy. But it's like, yeah, they found this land. And that's why it's called founding fathers. Not because they did anything. They just found it. Oh, here's some land. Let's just slap our fucking name on it and make them speak British English, which turned into American English. I don't fucking know. Okay? Because that's what they did. Because there were Native Americans here, which that was their land. But, other motherfuckers found it, hijacked it, took it over. Okay, I mean, that's the story. That's what happened, right? But we had to learn 1776, the fucking Constitution, bro, who gives what the fuck that gotta do with me, bro? Seriously, they went to war. Yo, the fucking Boston Tea Party, bro. Like, what the fuck was even, why am I learning about, they dumped tea into the fucking river or some shit? Who gives a fuck? I did not give a fuck. I didn't care. I was like, this has nothing to do with me. I don't want to see creepy ass pics of knee stockings and white wigs. Why? I didn't care. But like, it was shoved down the fucking throat in the United States. I don't know how it is for other countries if they shove history. Here's a story. For entertainment purposes. I don't know if they do that in other countries, but I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, I don't give a shit. I don't understand what the Tea Party was about either, because it's like, what were they on? Like, that they were just tossing tea in the fucking, like, huh? Boston Tea Party? Like, no. I don't care, bro. Like, I'm really mad at whatever, and I'm gonna throw tea in the fucking ocean. Whoa. You know what? If I'm even thinking that way, I need to sort myself out and deal with some psychological issues, because what the fuck is even that? That makes no sense. America is known for wars. We have the #1 army in the world. Well, I've heard that too. I mean, method of indoctrination. Yeah, I mean, clearly, but it's like you see they teach things that a lot of individuals don't give a shit about. Never once did they teach in school how to regulate your fucking nervous system. But why would they? Because if it strictly for entertainment purposes, I know what I'm talking about, TikTok bots, and I'm clearly buzzed. So like I definitely don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm just talking out of my fucking booty hole. Okay? Yeah. So anyway, they teach these things that is basically useless information, because if you're just a good subordinate, you're not going to question anything else, right? You're not going to question ano coetes, which means like an inside joke. Why the fuck is the Egyptian pyramid and the all-seeing eye of Horus on a US dollar bill? Shit, man, I don't know. Must be a coinky-dink. The starlight glare in my eyes. Yeah, thank you for noticing that. It's this new light that I have here, you know, it's just stars in my eyes. Fuck yeah. They want slaves who are highly educated in slavery. Yeah, I mean, slavery exists to this day, you know, but it's like a slavery of the mind. It's like a mental prison, you know what I mean? Because it's like no one talks about how you create your reality by what you think. It's like, maybe it was known, and that's why they tell you focus on this. I pledge of allegiance to the flag. What the fuck? And then, you know, you're just taught all these things, how to be a subordinate in society. You're not taught how to pave your own way. But you know, there's it's a game, right? So for me, what I was like, okay, this is a game. So the name of the game is like they indoctrinate. Strictly for entertainment purposes. I'm clearly tipsy. I don't know what I'm talking about. This is all for entertainment purposes. May I reiterate that? Thank you very much. So, the name of the game is like brainwash a motherfucker, hypnotize them, and get them to believe a whole bunch of bullshit because they're gonna get what they fucking believe. And then they believe that they have to work and slave away for the system when that's just not the case. You're not taught that money appears out of thin air because you are the currency. You're not taught that you are deserving of the love because you are love. You're not taught that. You're taught that how to be a good subordinate, you know? And I know how it is for like other countries. As I said, again, this is only United States. And even with like religious shit, you know, I had this whole fucking realization where to take it again into like a semi-personal story time, like I always talk about when I was attempted to be indoctrinated into the Roman Catholic cult, I mean church, and how I just found it, like, I was uneasy with that, because I was like, why are you worshiping a dead guy on a cross, and he's like bleeding out, and he's suffering, and you're worshiping that, and you're wearing it as jewelry? Like, that to me is fucking weird. You love this Jesus character so much that you're wearing fucking rosaries where he's fucking, no. To me, that didn't sit well. Okay? But before that, I was attempted to be indoctrinated into the Lutheran church and into the Episcopalian, I think that's how you say it, church. And then finally it was like Roman Catholic. And all of them, I just thought was very weird, because I never resonated with that. I'm like, why are we going to like chapel or church and like doing these rituals? Like, and I didn't know, because I was like a little fucking kid, so I didn't know there was a ritual, but I just thought it was weird. I'm like, we're eating a dead guy? Why are we eating a dead guy? Like, that to me, that right there, that was fucking odd. Okay? Oh, God is watching you. Jesus is watching you. What? Like, that sound creepy as fuck. Like, so we got voyeurs up in this bitch. Like, they watching me. Like, they watch me when I fucking take a shower and shit. Like, that. Like I always thought that was weird. Oh, he's always watching. Huh? That shit type creepy. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? We got Michael Myers up in the chat. masquerading around as God and Jesus, like I see you, whoa. And so none of that ever, like, and like, I don't know about other religions, okay? It's just like Christianity, right? But they all had that same branch, and I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, why am I gonna believe that there's some motherfucker watching every move I make? What the fuck? And I gotta eat his motherfucking ass? Whoa, we talking about eating ass in the church. That's fucking weird as shit. I never resonate with that. Just like I never, like yes, you struggle to believe in a dude that you never seen personally. Exactly. Because it's like, when someone, like, and I you know what I really love even now, right? So I'm a little kid, and like it was like, yeah, we're gonna first try to indoctrinate you into this. Oh, that didn't work, let's try that. Okay, no, now let's go to Roman Catholic. And the Roman Catholic, holy motherfucker, okay, the brainwashing I experienced from that, but I still didn't quite believe it. If they say God is all loving, then why motherfuckers suffering? And that never sat well with me, because I'm like, okay, like, so God created, like it just, none of that hit home. I'm like, this makes no sense, right? And then the name Jesus, OMG, that name, I'm telling you, okay, whether that was a real person or not, I don't fucking know. I wasn't there. I really, like, is Christ consciousness available to us all? Absolutely. But like, was that a real person? That motherfucker, like, you're gonna have a symbol of a man wearing a crown of thorns, bleeding out, suffering, and you're gonna say that that's your savior, and you're gonna eat his body. Okay, yeah, I'm okay. That sounds kind of ritualistic. It sounds kind of ritualistic. I'd rather not participate in that. Like, what the fuck? Like, that shit is wild. Like, what the fuck is that? Like, how you saying you love Jesus and you have this motherfucker, you're wearing him on a pendant while he's dead? like, I love this savior so much. I'm gonna rock an ornament showing his death in fucking great detail, and I'm gonna eat his body. I'm gonna cannibalize that motherfucker too. Wow, that is just weird. So that's why, like, the religious shit, the fucking propaganda with the fucking founding father, like, I never, like, you know what I mean? And they tried really fucking hard, but I never believed it. And that's why I'm like, yo, that future version of me, this version that I am now, when I came through and kind of saved myself, was I not Christ consciousness liberating my childhood self from those extreme ideologies? I was my own fucking Jesus, wasn't I? Just like you all are, because Christ consciousness, like, and I do look at the Bible as, a manifestation tool, not to be taken literally, but to be taken metaphorically, which I think is a great tool no matter what religion anyone is in. Okay, but they say this, in a lot of other religions too. It's kind of like the same idea, but it's like, I saved my fucking self by saying, no, you don't need to believe in this. It's okay. Whatever you would be doing, you don't need to believe in this. So if Christ consciousness is available to us all, why are you giving money to the church? Oh, because it's a business. If we can create our own reality, why are we going to schools and being taught useless things? Because it makes you a good subordinate, right? So just by my personal experiences, and whenever anyone asks you, how did I come into all this realization? It's like, I never fucking came into this realization. It's like, the realization was always there, but I didn't know how to fucking articulate it until I became an adult. And I was like, whoa, there's some weird shit going on in society. Let's see. How did I learn to detach from emotions and triggers in order to be consistent with it? Hey fam, what is up, AP? Thank you for joining. You don't really detach from emotions, at least in my opinion. You just kind of woo-saw that shit out and you let them flow out, but you don't judge them and you don't personalize them, Doc Ock. I love that. What is up? Thank you for joining. So yeah, like I've had a very colorful background, if you want to say, where, you know, I was visited randomly by this version of me. Okay, yeah, TV. I have some. Okay, cool. Yeah, let's just get that settled. Confirmation, right? Electronics act fucking weird sometimes when I'm making a point. Because I'm the currency, and you all are too. But I've had like colorful experiences, and coming full circle, being like, okay, all the things that I thought were untrue, it was because this timeline of what I'm doing right now, I didn't need no motherfucking religion. I didn't need no motherfucking school. I didn't need no motherfucking college education. And I'm fucking doing this shit because I believed in me. So here's the thing that you guys want to say to yourselves is that you really don't need anyone or anything other than yourself. You need to believe in yourself more than anything. So for me, I always had that self-concept, whether it's because I was reading Aries propaganda. Yes, that's a belief system, but you know what? That belief system fucking served me. So I just fucking rolled with it. But you need to know yourself, because the outside will throw any type of shit at you. It'll throw indoctrination. You have to go to school. You have to earn a wage. You have to earn it. You don't just deserve it just by being, oh, you need to obey this God. You need to obey that God. God is watching you, bro. Nope. Nope. And whether you're comfortable or not, ooh, I love you guys too. Thank you, Faith. Appreciate you. Thank you for joining, gorgeous. So you have to believe in yourself more than anything. You have to know yourself, because if you don't know yourself, anyone can tell you who the fuck you are. And you're just gonna fucking go with it. Okay? You're just gonna fucking go with it. Because if I didn't know who I was, right? If I didn't have that visitor or future self me, who is me now, visiting my former self, maybe it would have turned out differently. I don't know, because I had doubts. I was like a little fucking kid. But I was like, you know what, this shit, it didn't process in my body. And that's what I'm saying, like to piggyback off of where we came from the fucking beginning. When I was talking about processing your body, when they would say you have to get a job to earn money, I'm like, no, I fucking don't. Like, you have to obey God. No, I fucking don't. Like, what the fuck? Ooh, I love that. Is that a sunrise or a sunset? Ooh, I love the ocean waves. Fuck yeah, thank you for that. So, it never processed in my body as natural. And then I think the confirmation was me emancipating myself from that. Because my self now went back and is like, yo, don't listen to this propagandic bullshit. Just stay true to you. Okay, and that's what Aries are fucking known for. Like, Aries in the zodiac, and I'm telling you, because that's what helped me. So what helped my self-concept, I never had poor self-concept because I just never did. Maybe some people have, and there's nothing wrong with that, but my self-concept was always who I am now, but like the outside was like throwing things at me. You have to do this, you have to do that, and I was just defiant. Maybe because I read about Aries. Yeah, Aries don't take no orders. Aries just do what they want. So I was like, no, I don't need to listen to jack shit. Who the fuck are you? Aries, very selfish, okay? Aries are very independent. So I was like, yeah, it's all about me, bitch. Like, I don't give a fuck what the school is saying. I don't give a fuck what the church is saying. And I was always very fucking rebellious too. I was always getting in trouble in the fucking Catholic indoctrination camp. Okay, I just, because I'm like, why the fuck am I here? I don't need to fucking be here. So I go to socialize. And I enjoyed that, because, like, I mean, you know, but, like, I never listened to the outside. And maybe because this timeline where I'm fucking doing this was so strong that I was just open to receiving that. Like, yo, you really don't need any of this. You can do whatever the fuck you want. I was like, okay. Yeah, I was visited by this ethereal realm self who is me now, who said, yo, motherfucking just keep doing what you're doing. Fuck society. Okay, so... Well, I have Aries, Sun, and Sagittarius rising. So, oh man, I mean, shit. Okay, and that's the thing with both signs, with Aries and Sagittarius, is that Aries is just optimistic, right? Because they don't see opposition. They're just like, well, there's only me here. What opposition, right? Like, so for self-concept, that's fucking great. But Sagittarius, because it's ruled by Jupiter, is just everything always works out perfectly to my benefit. It doesn't matter. I can have the most grandiose visions and outlook because Sagittarius rising is the filter, how I'm looking at everything as opportunity, abundance, serving me to my benefit. So both of those signs, and they're trine. My sun and my ascendant are trine. I think exactly. I'm not sure. It might be within a few degrees off, but like they're trine. So it's like I always saw opportunity everywhere. Big Leo, what is up? Fire sign gang, hell yeah. Oh, my AI friend is saying, debating religious indoctrination versus self-belief. Share your thoughts. Well, so basically, right, religious and societal indoctrination, it can, it can still show you who you are, because if you're not agreeing it, it's showing you that you've already broken the mold. You've already stepped outside that box. So, props to you, because you're doing it, right? Not a lot of motherfuckers do, but like, it can also be like you have to have that inner conviction within yourself. And however you get to like, to that point, I don't know, it's different for everyone. For me, it just happened to be reading Aries propaganda. For me, I really, like those two things with religion and like you had to like earn something, it never processed in my body as natural. That's how I knew it wasn't for me. And however I was interpreting it at that time, I was like, yeah, this doesn't resonate. This is fucking weird. So you have to really be in touch with your body and be like, okay, millions of dollars can manifest for me out of nowhere. And your body's not rejecting that, your body's just neutral, then you're in alignment with that. Fuck what society says you have to work for it. The last place I would look for money would be a job working for someone else. That would be the last place I personally would look for money. The last place I would look for like salvation is by going by organized religion, because when you pray, they teach you to pray from a place of lack. And praying, as we know in the manifestation, it's not really a religious thing. Praying is just you're talking to the matrix, and because the matrix is a reflection of you, it's just bringing back the shit that you want. That's what praying is, in my opinion. It's not like you gotta fucking kneel in a fucking pew and fucking recite Our Fathers and fucking Hail Marys. There was this fucking video I saw, and I saw it like around Easter time. Of course I did, because it's like a religious thing. And I was fucking screaming, because they were talking about, like, it was like a parody of like all the different, I guess, Christian branches. And they were talking about what happens at like a Protestant church, what happens at like a, I don't even fucking know, a Baptist church, what happens at a, oh my god, Pentecost, I don't even know, Protestant, Pentecostal, I don't fucking know, okay? I'm probably mixed it up, but all the branches of Christianity, right? I think it's like Christian and Protestant, whatever. And they were saying what the difference is. The one that took me out, I was like, when they were talking about the Roman Catholic one, where it was like every 5 seconds you were kneeling, and then you stood up, and then you kneeled, and then you stood up, and then you kneeled. I'm like, oh my god. Like, holy shit, because I did not know that other churches, because they showed the Pentecostal church, and that shit looked lit as fuck. Like, I feel like just going to a Pentecostal church just to like see what's going on there, because that they had a motherfucker climbing the wall, and I've never been to a Pentecostal like mass or whatever it's called. I've only been to the Catholic and the Lutheran and the fucking Episcopal one. Okay, but the Pentecost one, that shit looked great. I was like, whoa. I said, that shit looks so fun. They had motherfuckers like screaming in the aisles and a motherfucker climbing on the wall. I said, damn. But the Catholic one, it was like you kept kneeling, you kept kneeling, you kept kneeling. I'm like, oh my god. Oh my God, because that's how we were taught to pray. You kneel and you put your hands like this and you fucking pray and you fucking be a good motherfucker, and God grants you your fucking wishes. And then you had to go and confess your sins to the priest, which I thought that was really fucking weird. I remember going to the fucking reconciliation, I think it was called. And I just remember, I'm like, but there's nothing wrong with me. I didn't do shit. Why I gotta pretend that I fucking sinned? Because I didn't think I was doing anything that was sinning. For real, for real. So I'm like, okay, so I'm like, I gotta make up something. And I remember being a little fucking kid, and it was like, okay, now you have to go in the room with the priest and fucking kneel and fucking confess your sins. I'm like, but I didn't do nothing. So I just made up, I don't even remember what I made up, but I was like, okay, I have to think of something, because like, I'm just gonna go along with it, because I was like, I was fucking method acting at that point. I'm like, okay, whatever. Yo, if any of you, I don't know if anyone here also is familiar with Roman Catholic, but that shit be fucking wild. I'm like, so I gotta go on my knees in front of a fucking priest. God damn. Is that not symbolic? Like, for strictly entertainment purposes only, because, I mean, we know that priests don't like anyone kneeling in front of fucking them. Right. Based off of some stories I heard, some priests were doing the most. Yes, even a priest I met personally, okay? He had a whole... Man, this dude had a whole life going on outside the church. Let's just go with that. But hey, you know what? He was living it up. Good for him. He was not doing priestly, godly things, so according to the Roman Catholic Church, but he was living his best life. So hey, maybe I should be a priest too. But anyway, okay. So you had to go on your knees in front of the fucking priest as a little kid. Like, what? Like, bro, why? And I remember they would lock you in this room with like red velvet fucking, it was like a kneeling thing. I don't know what the fuck they're called. It was like red velvet, bro. And it had like red velvet curtains. It looked like a fucking BDSM motherfucking room. And I remember going there as a little kid. That shit was dark, like a fucking dungeon. There was only like one light on. There was like a curtain, and you could sit in front of the priest, or you could like sit behind the curtain. It was fucking weird as fuck, bro. And I remember the one that I'm talking about, the one who was doing the most, right? I mean, he was a fucking original gangster. I'm looking at that now, I'm like, god damn, that motherfucker, he whatever he was doing, okay? So, true story, by the way, came out in the papers, like, when this fucking happened. But anyway, so like the priest would just be sitting there, like, and then I had to go in as a little fucking kid, and I'm like, but I didn't do nothing wrong, I ain't sinned, like, oh, okay, let me make something up, yeah, I whatever the fuck it was. And then the priest would be like very solemn and serious and be like, okay, my child, you know, you say 4 Hail Marys to our fathers, it'll be forgiven. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? Please, because I don't know. I lived it, and I don't know what the fuck that was. I remember, like, coming out of that shit, fucking 8 years old or whatever the fuck, and I'm like, that's fucking weird. Because I'm like, okay, so I just made up a story. He just fucking went along with it and said, okay, you say the Hail Marys and the Our Fathers, and you're gonna be fucking forgiven. I'm like, but I didn't do nothing in the first place. Like, if you were a holy man of God, wouldn't you have fucking known that? But, I mean, he was just playing the role too, I guess. But I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, that whole fucking shit to me, it was very fucking weird. And that's why I never resonated with that, because it just made me very uncomfortable. Because I'm like, I ain't sinning. This motherfucker isn't even aware that I just fed him a fucking bullshit fairy tale about that I sinned, but I really didn't, because I made it up because I'm playing the role too. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Talk about method acting. Like, I was like, why was I just, as an 8-year-old child, alone in a room with an old man that I don't know who the fuck he is, from Joe Blow around the corner. It looks like a BDSM setup, which I couldn't quite articulate when I was 8 years old, because I didn't know what the fuck that was at that point. But like, it was like creepy as shit. I'm like, and you motherfuckers are cannibalizing your savior, who you're wearing as a pendant in his suffering. Because I wouldn't be doing that. I'm just saying I wouldn't, you know. He don't even care. He did not give a shit. He didn't give a shit. It's cracking you up. Well, imagine living that. Like, that shit was, like, I didn't really even know what to make of it. I was just like, what is this? Like, I was more confused, like, why I had to go through that. But whatever, it is what it is. It showed me who I am, and I'm not a religious motherfucker. Like, I mean, if someone's religious and they believe in that, I don't care. But for me personally, I'm not, because Roman Catholic left a bad taste in my mouth. I said, what the fuck is this? We need to cleanse the palate. So is Christ consciousness real? If you want to call it Christ consciousness, but it's really just your accessing me, all that is. And if you even want to look at the Bible, whenever Jesus is like, my Father in heaven, that's just his name for the all. So I could say the all. And it would mean the same shit, metaphorically. Okay? But motherfuckers are taking it like so literally that it's like, okay. My queefing mug, by the way. But anyway, I don't know where the fuck I veered off on there. Oh, my AI summary said, reflecting on childhood religious experiences. Share your story. Whoa. That slide between the box was so crazy. You felt like it was dark energy. Are you talking about the box inside the little confessional cube? Because I remember that too. That shit was weird. Like, it was, the whole thing was just off. Like, it was so strange. But, you know, I guess everything was fucking normal for them in the Catholic Church. But, yeah, we were taught a lot of things, you know, original sin. Like, I'm like, I was born perfect. The fuck you mean, original sin? Like, but you know, then you learn that the Bible is to be taken metaphorically and not literally. So, your mother is totally lost to religion. You don't get along. I mean, like, you know, if someone is religious, it is what it is. But you know, you could also say she's not religious. You know what I mean? If you want a better relationship with her, you could say that too, because like her being super into religion, it's still a story that you have to accept. So there's always that, unless you don't really give a shit and you're just like, okay, we don't get along, she's into that, you know. But even like the other person, if they're so religious, if you want to, and I'm not saying you have to or whatever, but like, it's still your perception. So if I had someone in my life who was super religious and I didn't want them to be, I would just be like, yeah, they're not. They got over that. I don't know what the fuck happened, but they're over it. So it's really up to you. You went along with religion as a kid because the family, but when you became spiritual in your teen years, everyone changed. Yeah, spirituality is like your own experience. Just like with conscious reality co-creation, it's your own experience. It's not necessarily what you've been taught, right? Like, because the things that cannot be taken from you are things that you experience yourself and that you know to be true. So because I or you or anyone has had these knowings where we're just like, yeah, that's what it is, no one can take that. Whereas like religion, well, you have to eat the body of Christ. What, bitch? No, I don't. The fuck? So that can be taken from you because you're like, wait, I really don't, because you didn't have that experience where like, wow, you know. But for me, religion is just, you know, I don't know. I think it's just another method of like mind control. Like the zodiac signs, not evil or demonic, but in the Bible it is. Is it? I don't know. I haven't really read anything in the Bible, or at least it's not coming to my recollection where the Bible says it's demonic. Does it? Is there a verse? I'm gonna look into that if it says. But you know, again, someone, because like I'm the observer, right? I'm not taking it personally, but like I believe in astrology, so someone could theoretically say, well, astrology is bullshit. It makes no sense. What do you mean? The day and time you were born dictates your personality? No, it doesn't. Yeah, I could see that, and I would be like, hey, you don't believe in astrology? I'm cool with that. I choose to believe in it, but does it rule my life where I'm making life decisions off of astrology? No, it's more like I'm watching the fucking Real Housewives. Yeah, it's entertainment for now. Is that ruling my life? No, it's just, it is what it is. You know what I mean? So like, even if someone is believing in religion and they're like, oh, I prayed and I felt better. Okay. But is it ruling your life? You know what I mean? Like, because the only thing that can rule your life is you. They said divination is bad in the Bible. I mean, it sounds like they would fucking say. They said everything is fucking bad in the Bible. So, I mean, hey, aside from like getting on your knees in front of the priest, that's not bad, is it? Forgive me, Father, but I've sinned. It's been, 2 hours since my last confession. Oh no. You ever do some nun and priest role play? Whoops. I mean, for strictly entertainment purposes. No one here has done that. But anyway. You know what I'm saying. But anyway. So whatever you believe in, like, it's still, you're the one that has to give that belief energy. So if I were to say, you know what, I don't believe in astrology anymore, it would stop playing out for me because I'm saying I don't believe in it. I haven't gone since years. You were a kid where they made you confess as well? Like, yeah, seriously. Because it's like, confess what? Like, I didn't do nothing wrong. I'm always innocent. The fuck? I mean, to each their own. I don't know. But I just think religions can be very, very culty. Used to see people at the church that was just at the club. Yes. Yo, the motherfuckers that be going to church every fucking Sunday. What the fuck were you doing Saturday night? I bet you were up to things that the church would be like, whoa, what is that? Whereas like me, I don't go to church and I do things that no one would judge because I'm the only judge. And if I'm saying this feels good in the moment, that's all that fucking matters. Ain't no one judging me, right? Because you talk back to your grandma sometimes. That's what she said. Oh my God. I think I said something like that too. I just pull something out of thin air. Okay. But at the end of the day, you're the only judge because you're the only observer. So to blow religion out of the fucking water is like, I'm the only one thinking and accepting what I think is true. So it has to play out. But there's no one judging you. It's just you have the perception that someone is judging you. So then they have to reflect that back. It's all a mirror reflection. Yeah, grandma. Yo, for real. Meemaw and Peepaw. Man, I was talking back to Meemaw and Peepaw. Oh, shit, I got loud with them. Like, okay. I mean, what are you supposed to say at that point? Anyway, I don't know how long I was fucking yapping. This chat, I don't know where the fuck this went. But it was very interesting, I might say. Is anyone else, I think I'm going to wrap it up soon because my Buzzball's almost done. But are you guys drinking? Are we doing, are we going to mass this evening? Oh my God. And you know what? Here's also the thing with confessing sins. If you don't perceive something as wrong, it's not wrong. What can be wrong unless you say it is? Oh, because society says it's wrong. Okay, but do you agree with that? Because you have to accept something as true. So there were just things that I thought was wrong with society, like you don't need to earn money, but society says you do. I'm like, no. So who's wrong there? I mean, I'm not wrong because I don't believe you have to earn fucking anything. You don't have to earn love. You don't have to earn money. You don't have to fucking do shit. You just assume. So who's wrong, right? But then I'm not, okay. I'm not judging. I'm just like, oh, that's a belief out there, but it has nothing to do with me, so I'm just gonna stay in my lane, mind my business, you know? Buzzball, fuck yeah. So you're the only judge, you're the only observer. There's no God in the sky watching you. And, you know, a lot of times that can come with sort of like a responsibility that someone feels like, right? They're like, oh, but if I'm the only observer, if I'm creating everything, why would I have created that bad circumstance? Okay. And when you have something, okay, in your mind and you're perceiving it as bad or good or whatever. Like, why would I have created a bad circumstance for myself if I'm the one creating? Because you were asleep. Because you were asleep. You know what I'm saying? So you were asleep in the dream, and you were not having a lucid dream. You were asleep. Just like, if you're having a dream in like a real, a real time, like you're sleeping, okay? You wake up and you're like, whoa, that dream was really fucking crazy, okay? That dream was really fucking crazy. I can't believe that felt so real. Cool. But you weren't aware that you were dreaming while you're dreaming. So you woke up, you're like, oh shit. So if you wake up inside your dream, right, while you're sleeping, you're saying, oh, I'm having a dream. I'm aware that I'm having a dream, so I can create whatever I want now, and it appears instantaneously. I have a recent video on that as well, okay? So check that out if you so desire. But the dream that you are having in real time is this reality, right? It's like the Matrix, okay? You're dreaming it. It's like a high-tech virtual reality that the all is hallucinating in a dream. And the song that comes on, I didn't even realize this. I have my playlist on. The song is called Dream. Look at that. Fuck yeah. Okay. If anyone wants confirmation, there you go. So why would you have created the detrimental circumstance for yourself? Because you didn't realize that it was a dream that you could control in the moment that it happened, but that's part of the parameters of the game. That's part of the parameters of the game. You, in my opinion, strictly for entertainment purposes, okay, like everyone joined this server of the Matrix, if that's the proper terminology. I don't fucking know, okay? But you joined this video game. You went in, and part of the rules of the game were that you're going to be hypnotized, you're going to be put to sleep, sort of like an anesthetic. And the goal of the game is to awaken inside the dream, right? To have the dream become lucid so that you can create your reality. You're not creating it, you're tuning into it, but it's like you're forming your next experience with your mind. Once you awaken, that's why in the spiritual community, I love you too, V the Virgo. Thank you for joining. So you didn't necessarily create because you wanted to those detrimental experiences, but part of the rules of the game were that you were going to be hypnotized, so you would be asleep and you weren't aware. So all the indoctrination, like I was just talking about, the religion, the fucking society, the founding fathers, you had to work hard, you had to earn it. You just accepted that because in the dream you had no idea that it was a dream, so it was just, everything was just coming at you and you accepted it as real, right? Just like you dream at night, you're not aware that you dream and you accept that shit is real. So you, from that perspective, when you were sleeping, you didn't create the shit circumstances on purpose. It was just you being in the game, not knowing that it was a fucking game, or that it was a dream that you could control. Hey Mickey Mouse, welcome to the chat. Thank you for joining. So it's not like when you come into this knowledge that you're creating your experience to put blame on yourself. Why did I create such shit circumstances? I never would have done that. No, you wouldn't have, lucidly. But thank you for the roses. I appreciate you. Thank you for the hearts. Love it. You wouldn't have created those shit circumstances, right? But they occurred because that occurred while you were still asleep in the dream and you weren't aware that it was a dream. So part of this, and here's the thing that I've noticed with individuals who are very successful in manifestation, they realize that maybe they picked up a societal program because they were hypnotized with it. And they accepted it as true. They're not blaming themselves. They're just like, oh yeah, I did accept that, but now I know better. That's it. Just like you're learning something new. You're learning how to tie your shoes. The first time you do it, you're probably not going to be that fucking great. But now you know better. You can tie your shoes with your fucking eyes closed. So it's the same thing. So the individuals that really elevate in consciousness, which to piggyback around how I was talking about my personal experience where I elevated another level in the video game consciousness last night, it's like you have the awareness that yes, maybe some things happen that you perceive now as unfavorable, but you didn't do it on purpose. It was just part of the parameters of the game. And like I said, in my opinion, the astrological blueprint of your mission on Earth, if you're into that, take a look at that and see how it coincides with experiences you've had. Because I believe in astrology, I can see that. Okay, but if you don't believe in that, that's fine. You don't need to believe it. This is not trying to say like you had to believe in astrology, but I'm just saying my personal opinion. Okay, so you're like, oh, that happened, and I see why that happened because it elevated to where I'm at now, and it's something specific to your journey. Okay, so everyone's journey is different. Like I said, like everyone sees different things from themselves. Like what I see for myself, I've never heard anyone fucking say that ever. Because it's unique. It's so unique. And it's specific to me. So whatever outline you see for your life moving forward, quote, quote, even though there is no time, that's specific to you. No one else has that. Because you're having your own unique experience. So your experiences that you've had in this 3D vessel that maybe, you might look at as unfavorable, you still made it through them and you're here now. And by you simply being here now and having the awareness that you didn't create that on purpose because you want to do something bad to yourself, you're in it now. You have the awareness. Bro, you are the fucking shit because you overcame those obstacles, and you can look at it now and you can be like, oh, I see what happened. I was hypnotized by a belief. And that's why that played out, but I know better now. That is the elevation. And you're not blaming yourself. This is why, like, individuals that I work with, the ones who get their shit really fast and really implement change, like whoosh, they can see the past, quote, quote, air quotes. Yeah, okay, I see what belief caused that. Oh, but I'm better now. I'm not hypnotized. It's like cold water all over your fucking face. You snapped out of the trance. And you're like, okay, now I'm here. But everyone's experiences are unique to them and serve them for their future, quote, quote, in different ways. That's why everyone has different experiences. That's why you can look at someone and be like, oh, they had a really hard life. Okay, but maybe to them they didn't think it was hard. Maybe they just, because it was meant for them, so they were able to get through it. Whereas you can look at someone and be like, whoa, how did they get through that? But like, they were able to do that because it's specific to them, because whatever mission that their avatar is playing out here is different from yours. And someone could look at your life and be like, wow, how did you overcome all of that? And you're just like, oh yeah, I just did that. Like, to you, it's easy. And this is why everyone's experiences are specific to them. But the only thing that matters, no matter what drama, trauma, bullshit happened in your perceived past, right? Because everything is going on now. You're better now. You're not hypnotized by the illusion that the belief is real. Because beliefs can be real. They can play out because you believe in them. So if you're someone that's always struggled with money, let's say, and now you don't believe that anymore, then that's not going to be presented to you. But you can see that and you can isolate it and you can say, okay, yeah, there was an issue there, but now I'm better. And it's all mental. The game is all mental. So whatever your struggles were, they were specific to you, but you're not blaming yourself. You're not placing yourself in a victim. Why did the outside, bro, you're here in the game. You woke up in the game. Oh shit, those are part of the parameters of the game. The outside was supposed to fucking do that for your specific mission that you chose in the 3D Earth Matrix. So I don't know why did you choose that? I don't fucking know, but you do because you're in it. You're the one living that experience. So all of the things that happened in your experience, ooh, I love that one. Thank you so much. That all the things that you lived in your experience were for you. They weren't for another motherfucker. The other motherfucker doesn't even fucking exist. So everything that you went through that to get you to this point here where you can look back and be like, oh shit, I'm awakened now. I know what the fuck I'm doing. You fucking win. You elevated consciousness because you woke up in the dream, and that in and of itself is elevation in consciousness. So there are still other motherfuckers I'm sure you know, and you're like, ooh, 1111 Texas, holla. I'm sure there's a lot of motherfuckers that you know that they're still asleep inside the dream. Again, that's your perception. If you want to wake anyone up inside the dream, just start assuming they've awakened inside the dream. Just start assuming that, if that's what you want. And it's not violating their free will. There's no free will because there's only you tuning in to a different version of them. So that version of them, they're already awakened inside the dream. If you want to wake up anyone, just start saying they are awakened, and that's the version of them you're going to get. If you don't care, then you just, oh, they're asleep, whatever. They're not in my experience. They gravitated peacefully, perfectly out of my realm, you know. But when you've awakened inside the dream, and you really, really are in it to fucking win it, you know what I'm saying? Dare I sound cringe? But if you're in it to fucking win it, then you understand that's a lifestyle. You could look back on previous experience and you're analyzing and you're getting the feedback. You're saying, well, I must have believed that in order for that to happen, but now I don't believe that, so I'm moving on. You acknowledge it and you move the fuck forward. That's how you win. You keep moving forward. You don't look back at the past and call yourself a victim. And that is the number one thing that I notice between individuals that get what they want very rapidly and those who are still like on the journey looking for it, is that they can acknowledge, I created that. Even if I was hypnotized by the Matrix indoctrination systems, I still created that because I accepted it to be true. But I was the one that had to accept it to be true. But I'm better now. I see that that's not what it is, and I can change the narrative at any moment. They don't blame themselves. They see what happened, and they're like, okay, moving on. Compared to motherfuckers, woe is me. Oh, that motherfucker did this, and that motherfucker did that. And then, you know, when I was in school, they used to do this. And then when I went to the church, they had, like... Don't you get tired of that shit? Don't you get tired of being a victim? That shit must be fucking so exhausting. You keep looking towards the past, and because you're looking towards the past, the only moment is now. You bring the fucking past with you, so you're perpetuating that victim role. You didn't truly awaken. That's my opinion. You didn't truly awaken. If anyone, not saying you all in the chat, because you all in the chat, you already know you're not a victim, but like individuals that are still in that, like, oh, but this person did that. You're not awakened because the other motherfucker didn't do shit. You had a belief which was played out by that other motherfucker to show you your belief. Because this is all the Matrix, in my opinion. It's like, it's just a stage and it's showing you your beliefs in real time. That's all it is. It's nothing personal. It's, oh, this is what I believe. This is what I assume to be true. So the other motherfucker has to show up to play the role that you fucking assigned to them. Even if you had no specific motherfucker in mind. So motherfucker out here is complaining, saying that, oh, but they've always been treated like shit in relationships and no one wants to be with them. They keep getting ghosted and, okay, okay, so now what? Well, but they keep doing that, so I don't need to change. They need to change. Okay, goodbye. We shut down that chat because you just ain't there. Compared to someone who's like, wow, I've noticed a pattern in my relationships. I can see what that pattern says about a story that I have going on, but you know what? That pattern, in and of itself, that I kept thinking, every person that I met, they played their role of that pattern that I had going on. It comes back to me. Did I deserve that poor treatment? No. But I see how I had that script in my mind, and then a motherfucker showed up to play the role. That's the difference between motherfuckers who are stuck and motherfuckers who move forward. Because you can acknowledge that, yes, some shit things fucking happened. Because you had a shit way of fucking thinking. What did you think was going to fucking happen? You know what I'm saying? But you didn't know better at the time, so it's all good. But now you know better. You're healed. You're healed from the hypnosis. And now you're ready to hypnotize yourself with a new fucking belief that fucking serves you. And you're like, okay, what do I want to happen now? That's the question. It's not what happened before. It's what exactly to free yourself. You free yourself from the past limitations of the mind prison. So you're like, yeah, that happened before, but moving forward. So what do you want to happen now? You keep moving forward. And that's what I said in the beginning of this. It's like, whatever happened, like I just explained a whole shit ton of like me, like my story and shit like that, where I never fucking really believed this shit. I mean, it was attempted, but I was like, nah, bitch. So whatever happened, it's like, oh, okay, that shaped you. So in my example, I was shaped to not believe anything unless I had a personal experience with something. It was all a bunch of bullshit. I don't believe you. I don't believe this. I don't believe that. I don't believe Joe Blow around the corner. I don't believe shit. I don't even know if there's real people unless I talk to them one-on-one. I'm like, that could be an NPC, that could be a hologram, that could be AI. I don't know what the fuck that is, so I don't give a fuck. It's for entertainment purposes. Okay? So that's my journey, to not believe shit unless I had that experience. So whatever anyone else's journey is, you have to experience it. And how do you experience a change is to, number one, you make the decision to fucking change, to move forward. Whatever happened in the past, fuck it. You affirm the new narrative, you nod, and you say, this is who I am now, moving forward. And you keep going with that. So you calibrate your body to be lubed up to bring you to that new timeline. And if you think of the old time, oh, but they didn't know, they didn't do shit, it was me. But I see that now, moving on. But what do I want now? That's it. You just keep moving forward mentally. You don't dwell in a place that you don't like. Like you wouldn't check in to a fucking hotel that looked like shit and had shit on the walls and fucking like in garbage all over the place. You would look at it and you'd be like, whoa, why the fuck would I stay there? But you're doing that fucking mentally. You're staying in the fucking cheap hotel with garbage all over the place mentally. But by where you're thinking. Because you keep going back to some shit circumstance that occurred that's not occurring now, but you're fucking bringing it with you like Pigpen in that fucking energy. You keep recalling that to your fucking mind. I don't know why, because it's familiar. Because smelling shit and garbage is fucking familiar. Okay. So you do that mentally, and you don't realize that you're fucking doing it. But the motherfuckers that move forward are the motherfuckers that can just be like, yeah, that was some crazy shit. Glad I don't have to deal with that again. Moving forward. That's all. So it's kind of like, you know, you get to decide what you want to do with every moment. But if you keep reliving the past, then you need to find a way out of there. And how you reliving the past, if it's really bad, you breathe through it and you say, wow, like I made it out of that. I could do anything. Just like lube it up slightly. You don't need to jump all the way into the new story, although I would recommend that. But again, I'm a fucking Aries and I'm fucking hypnotized by the belief system of astrology. So I'm like, yeah, I just jump head first into shit, and shit always works out because that Sagittarius rising just fucking floats me around the 3D, sharding rainbows and fucking unicorns. Okay? So my belief in astrology, I'm like, yeah, this serves me. I'm gonna keep it. So if you have a belief in a magic toilet bowl, then hey, pray to the magic toilet bowl. I don't fucking know, okay? But whatever works for you. But if you keep reliving the past and you don't like it, you're only bringing that to your now moment. The past can be a nightmare, but the present and the future is bright. I mean, if even if someone were to say that their past was a nightmare, man, so glad they don't have to deal with that anymore. You made it out to the other side. You've been through hell, motherfucker. Ain't no one fucking with you. You've been through hell. Now you're ready to experience heaven. If that's how anyone needs to look at it, then that's how you fucking look at it. But you don't look at the past and carry that victim mentality with you and say, oh, well, why did this happen? But the outside did that. You're going to be stuck. It's like a mind loop. And it's like with that video that I posted about the Taurus field, which is how the mechanics work of the fucking operating system of the fucking AI. I don't know why I'm doing this, but that's what the Taurus field looks like to me, okay? All you're doing is reliving like Groundhog Day, the same day over and over again, because your mind is there. So that's you're getting your dominant focus, like I said in the beginning. So it doesn't matter what experiences shaped you, because you are the amazing motherfucker that you are right now, because you have the knowing that this is what it is. I'm, by what I'm tuned into mentally, that's going to be my next physical experience. And just because you may not have had the greatest physical experiences in the past, you know where you're going. That's all you need to know. You just know where you're going, not where the fuck you came from. Because it doesn't fucking matter. Keep projecting energy forward. Like I said, my future self, my now moment self, who was my future self when I was a child, was like, bitch, you don't need to go to school. You don't need to fucking obey religion. You don't need to do jack shit. It was solidifying something that I already knew. So if you're into this, whoever's in the chat, if you're into this, go back to your past self that experienced whatever, anything. Okay, like me, I hated going to fucking school. I fucking hated it. I liked it because I got to hang out with friends and shit. But like, as far as doing work, I'm like, why? Like, it was just stupid. It was like so fucking pointless. Like, why am I doing this? So you go back to that version of you as that you now, and you say, you know what? And because here's how you relieve the fucking past, because there is no past, right? All time is now. You go back, you say, listen, it's all good. Look at who the fuck we are now. We pimp as shit and dope as fuck. You fucking made it, and I'm the proof. That helps to erase the fuck, or I guess dissolve, erase, whatever the fuck word you want to use. It collapses that timeline out where you experience the fucking bullshit. The same thing. You go into the future. You talk from right now, the version of you, that future self that is living however you want it, right? Okay? You go in and you fucking access them now, and you say, yo, I know this is where I'm headed. Just show me the way. Because remember, you are the way. I am the way. The way is already made with the decision of the new timeline. There's nothing you had to do. Okay? Really. But your future self, that version of you, is living there. And what better advice can you get from you? That version of you who's in that timeline, okay? Before we get off, because I was yapping for quite some time, even though time doesn't exist. Hey, Mr. Android, thank you for joining. You can tell your younger self, yeah, you tell your younger self you gotta be all right. Exactly, that's the way it's done. So when we go in for the future version, because you could see that timeline, but maybe you're like, well, I see it, but I don't know how I'm gonna get there. Ask your future self. Be like, listen, I know that the way is made. I know that I am the way. I know that you're there. So just, drop me a few hints. You know what I'm saying? Like, go into a meditation and fucking talk to your future self that's living in that timeline. It's not like you're channeling a fucking saint or a demon or a deity, or you're talking to another version of you who all timelines are now. So that future version of you that is in that dream timeline, they fucking exist. You can fucking access it in your fucking mind whenever you want to. Ask them. It's you. You're not... You're not gonna... I'm like screaming. You're not gonna be fucking shady to yourself. Like, bro, this is the simplest shit. If you're feeling lost, if you're feeling stuck, you fucking go and ask, future version of me, I summon you now, motherfucker, you hot, sexy ass motherfucker. You're living the life that I want. And you're me. How the fuck did you get there? Show me. Oh my god. I'm gonna fucking jerk off right now. That shit's so fucking lit. Okay? I mean, you can do that while you're jerking off. I'm just saying. And talk to that future version of you. And be like, bruh, how the fuck did you get there? Like, toss me a bone or something. Like, but be open to it. And go into it without expectations. Okay? Because if you go in with an expectation for an immediate answer, that's the ego. Right? You go and you say it loosely. Just guide me. And show me that it was you. Oh, you gonna get the fucking answer. Just like I had that up-leveling consciousness yesterday with the number synchronicity, the timing, you're gonna fucking get it. I know because I've lived it. So I'm not fucking bullshitting you. But you're the one that has to know that it's possible for you. Because I could fucking sit here yapping for 2 hours as I fucking have fucking lit off my ass off a fucking Buzzball. But you have to have that experience. So all of you in the chat right now, you sexy, amazing motherfuckers, what I want you to do, and even when this goes on the YouTube, if you really are feeling stuck, okay, about what the future holds, you go into a relaxed, calm place. You do something where your body is going to feel calm. It's going to be different for everyone. It could be you jerking off. It could be you in the shower. It could be you taking a drive. It could be you taking a walk. It could be you going to the gym. It could be you just relaxing and meditating. And you ask your future self, you get really calm, and don't go in with an expectation for an immediate response. Just say, picture the timeline that you want where everything is complete. Everything. Every fucking thing. Okay? Not just where it's some half-ass bullshit. Oh, I have the relationship, but the money is scarce. No. Bro, you go in where fucking everything. And you see yourself, and you talk to them. Whether you could visualize them standing there, how you'd want to look. Or if you're not into visuals, you set the intention mentally. You say, future self, in this dream timeline where all this has already occurred, show me the way. I am the way, I know that, and you're living it, and you're me, so toss me a bone here. Be relaxed and just let it go. Don't expect a response. Just, if the thought crosses your mind, say, oh, yeah, my future self they're already on that. If it crosses your mind, yeah, they already showed me. That's it, they already showed me. And you're gonna fucking, however the information comes through, it's gonna be different for everyone, but you do that. And if you are feeling stuck in the past, what you're going to do is the opposite, right? It's all about balance of energies, like I said in the beginning, because, we always circle back the fuck around. So if you're feeling stuck in the past, like you can't manifest what you want now because you're stuck in the past, you go in, okay, to that version of you, wherever it is, your past self, and you say, listen, I'm here now. We're lit as shit. We're dope as fuck. It's okay. I promise you, you're getting through this. You've already gotten through it. I'm the proof. But it's okay. That's it. That's it. Whatever the fuck it is. Because everyone has a different past. So if you want to pick a particular moment, go to that exact moment, talk to them. Whether it was 2 days ago, 2 weeks ago, 20 years ago, you go into that moment and you talk to that version. That's how you get over the past. You say, listen, I show you the fucking way. I am the way, bitch. You're okay. I'm okay. We're past that now. Because that timeline is going on now. So if you stop looking at that past timeline as a trauma or a detriment or whatever the fuck it is, and you go in now and you keep saying it's okay, it's gonna be fucking okay. And then you collapse that timeline out, you dissolve it, and then now that frees up your present moment to manifest the shit that you want without the past lingering in your fucking psyche like Pigpen walking around in the fucking Peanuts. Okay? So that's how you collapse timelines. I mean, this shit was all over the place. This video got super, super fucking long. So, thank you all for joining, and the likes and the shares, the comments and the gifts and the conversations and the follows. Yes, Mr. Android, the now is all there is. Fuck yeah. So if you're worried about the future, talk to your future self. If you're upset about the past, tell that past version of you that it's okay. You made it out and here you are. You're the fucking living proof. You're the real deal. Okay? So, thank you everyone. We will be in touch. This video will be on YouTube, and you know what to do. Stay true to you. If it processes as weird in your vessel, breathe that motherfucker out. Say all is well, everything is perfect, and keep on doing what you do. All right, bye-bye.